This is a Squiz podcast. We're your shortcut to being informed.
Squiz Kids! It's your daily news fix. Fun, free, fresh.
Hello and welcome to Squiz Kids, your fresh take on what's happening in the world around you. I'm Bryce Corbett. It's Tuesday, May 11. In Squiz Kids today, woohoo, it's budget day. Leopards on the loose in China. Sam Kerr's golden boot and the retirement home for circus elephants. That's what's making news, kids style.
The Lowdown.
Break out the party hats and prepare to get excited. It's budget day. And because I know you all love nothing more than starting your Tuesday morning with a lesson in economics, we're going to dive right in. What's a budget and what does it have to do with you? Today's the day that the federal government, that's the politicians we elect to go to Canberra, hands down what's called the budget. In the same way your folks might make a plan each week or each month to work out how much to spend and what to spend it on to keep the household ticking over, our government has to take stock of the money it has coming in from ordinary Aussies through the taxes we pay and make announcements on how it intends to spend it. There's going to be money spent on improving the way we look after our grandparents and other elderly Aussies. There's also going to be money for the building of roads and railway lines, and there'll be money to help people afford a home, and even money committed to tackle climate change. I know, lots of big ideas in there. But just think how impressed your parents will be tonight when you go home and tell them you're all over the budget. Don't mention it. I'm here to help.
Spin the globe.
Each day we give the world globe a spin and find a news story from wherever it stops. And today we've landed in China, where a leopard that escaped from a zoo over a week ago is still on the loose. I know, right? Sounds like a storyline from a Madagascar film. 3 leopards from the Huangzhou Zoo escaped their enclosure over the May Day holiday weekend and disappeared into the back streets of the massive city. It took a team of leopard catchers a whole week to find and recapture 2 of the big cats, but one is still on the loose. Local residents and police have joined zookeepers in the hunt, searching far and wide across the city and even bringing in a drone in the hope of spotting it from the air. Meanwhile, zoo officials have been forced to apologise for not warning the general public that a trio of wild animals was on the loose in their city, saying they didn't want to panic people. Because presumably it's much better to come across a wild animal in your backyard without any warning. Not.
Squiz Kids salutes.
Can I get a great big Squiz Kids salute for the remarkable Sam Kerr? The Aussie soccer player is currently playing for Chelsea in the hugely competitive Women's Super League in England, and yesterday she laid claim to the highly sought-after Golden Boot Award for being the top scorer in the entire competition, whilst at the same time helping Chelsea to win their second straight Super League title. Kerr capped off her sterling season in the final decider against Reading with a cracking goal that contributed to Chelsea's 5-0 victory. Top scorer in the most prestigious soccer comp in women's footy. And now she holds that title in the English, American and Australian leagues. Not bad for a girl from Fremantle.
Animal Kingdom.
12 elephants who have spent their lives performing in a circus have scored for themselves a well-earned retirement plan, having moved into a vast wildlife sanctuary in Florida in the United States. Watching elephants perform in circuses used to be a form of entertainment. These days, though, we are much more aware of issues around animal cruelty, and circuses that make animals perform have become much less popular. And so, these 12 female former circus performers have found themselves a new home, with plenty of space and plenty of time to roam around together. One of the park rangers said the minute they were released into their new home, the elephants formed a huddle and comforted one another before wandering off together into the forest. There's a link in today's episode notes to a lovely video of the elephants in their new home.
Q&A call out.
All right, footy fans, do we have a special treat for you? You've seen him on the telly, you've watched him kick goals for his team, the Western Bulldogs, and now he's agreed to tackle his toughest assignment yet. Yes, folks, we've joined forces with Swysh to convince AFL star Josh Dunkley to take the Squiz Kids Q&A hot seat and answer your questions. Josh, as any lover of footy would already know, is a star midfielder with the Western Bulldogs, a premiership-winning AFL player and one of the nicest blokes in the league. He's also a proud member of the Swish community, a great new service providing everyday Aussies with personalised video messages from their favourite sports stars. It's an awesome gift for birthdays and big celebrations, and every Swish video raises money for charity. Maybe you want to know how Josh made it in the AFL Premier League, or what his training schedule is like, or what it's like to win a grand final. Send through any questions you have for Josh to squizkids@thesquiz.com.au. And for more info about Swish, check out heyswish.com or see the link in today's episode notes. Oh, and the best question gets a free personalised video message from Josh himself. How cool is that?
Time for the quiz.
This is the part of the podcast where you get to test how well you've been listening. Question number 1. What sort of a big cat has escaped from a zoo in China? That's right, it's a leopard. Question number 2. Name the Aussie soccer player who's just won the prestigious Golden Boot in England's Women's Super League. That's right, it's Sam Kerr. Question number 3. Which team does AFL player and Squiz Kids hot seat contender Josh Dunkley play for? You got it, it's the Western Bulldogs.
Shout-outs.
It's May 11, birthday for Aussie basketballer Lauren Jackson and footy player turned TV presenter Bo Ryan. It's also the anniversary of the day 24 years ago when a computer first beat a human chess champion in a chess game. Plus, it's a special day for these Squiz Kids celebrating a birthday today. Sam from Shoal Bay, Caitlin from Sydney, Orla from Kempsey, Aidan from Cannon Hill, Hugo from Abbotsford, Indy Rose from Bathurst, and Sophie, Henry and Claire from Queanbeyan. And a belated birthday shout-out to Kayla from Mackay. And today's classroom shout-outs go to Class 3-5L at Bathurst Public School, Mrs. Bray's class at Temora Public School, all the 5-6 classes at Illaroo Road Public School, Class 5-6B at Richmond Primary School, Class GLA 12 at Cleve Area School in South Australia. Don't forget, if you've got a birthday coming up and you want a shout-out, or if you're after a classroom shout-out, then drop us a line at squizkids@thesquiz.com.au. Well, that's all we have time for today. Thanks for listening to Squiz Kids. We'll be back again tomorrow. In the meantime, get out there and have a most excellent day. Over and out. Squiz Kids is proudly supported by the Judith Neilson Institute for Journalism and Ideas.
Squiz Kids!
It's your daily news fix. Fun, free, fresh.